Good morning, this is Holly with Holly's Joys, and we're here today to do a Sketchercise. So this is an exciting one, and I really enjoy this process. So this one is a form of Neurographic, and once again I have written across the top a quote, and the quote is, "Life is sacred, life is art, life is sacred art" by Gabrielle Roth. And I really thought that was so true and so beautiful. And the idea of Sketchercise in the morning is to jumpstart your creative element in your brain so that you have a very creatively solution-oriented thinking throughout the day. And I have written that we're going to do a form of Neurographic, and no, we're not going to analyze it. It's just going to be the idea of it, not the full analytical part. But you need a pencil, a pen, you can use a crayon, whatever suits your fancy. But we're going to start with the pencil. So I used a ruler just to draw a line under that to separate my beautiful creativeness, to give room for exactly what materials that we used and the quote for this day. And if you want to date it, that's perfectly all right. So you're just going to take your pencil. Let me use this other pencil here. I've got a regular pencil instead of a mechanical. And you're just going to start on one side of the page, and you're just going to let your hand drift however it drifts, and you're going to go completely to the other side of the page and not have a thought to any kind of what it should look like or how it should be. Just enjoy this floaty, kind of flowy. And I'm going to keep going and just really explore just the flow of life. And then we will do something really fun here in just a minute. Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. And so I'm just doing all of this. Okay, and I'm gonna stop there. I did 5 lines from one side of the page to the other. You can do however many lines that suit you. Now I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to go over these lines. And I'm going to sketch over them, like you can see me going back and forth. I'm not just trying to trace one solid line. My tickle is still there, sorry. So when I get to this intersection point, I'm going to round it. And you can round it while you're doing this portion, or you can do all your lines first and then go back and round it. But I really enjoy the rounding part. I don't know why, it's just satisfying. Emotionally satisfying for me. See, like that. So you're just going to continue to do this tracing over and really getting that line kind of, you're thickening it up and making it a bit more prominent. I suppose you could do this with the pen to start with, but I find the pencil flows a little easier than the pen. The pen kind of wants to glob up sometimes, and maybe I need a better pen, but I like going over it after, because this is, you don't have to think at this point. You're just experiencing. You're just sketchercising right now. Because you're just following the line. You're not forging a new path. You're just following a path that's there. And don't forget to round out that where your lines touch. You just go in and round it. And it just almost starts to look like little nerve endings, I think. I like it. Anyway, so we'll just continue to do that. And when you're going throughout your day, you can even do these on smaller scales. If you have something you're trying to come up with a very creative solution for, you just take a moment to get in touch with your creative side and And you can do any number of these exercises just in a very short time. And that way, you've opened up a way to look at things in a different way. And just maybe something you would not have thought about has popped into your head in a way to have a new solution. So, and then I'm going to show you a couple of our older ones that I've been working on, because I think it's fun to sit down with this book after we've talked about what we're doing, because I don't want you to follow like exactly what I'm doing. I want you to do what you would do. And if you think it looks wild or crazy or it's not good, don't worry about any of that. This is not an exercise where it has to be, oh, it's so beautiful, it's museum worthy. No, that's not what this is about. It is just to express yourself, to open that part of your mind and soul and spirit, and to really connect with the creativity that already is in you, whether you recognize it or not. All that creativity is in you. And you can see this starting to develop. This one I really, really enjoy doing. There's just something cathartic about it for me. Hopefully you find it cathartic for you too. Because sometimes my mornings are a bit hectic, and it's just nice to kind of slow it down and not be concerned at how it looks, but just enjoy the movement of my hand. Think about the pen going onto the line. And there we go. So you get the idea, and that's what we're doing today. Please follow me on Facebook. It's called Patio Pet on there, and I show you all different types of art that I'm working on or have finished. There's a lot of finished product on there. And there are videos and pictures both. And then follow me or subscribe on YouTube under Holly's Joys. And on that, I do videos about my childhood. I had a lot of childhood trauma, and I do some of the little stories about what happened and how I look at it now versus how I felt about it or saw it as a child. And I don't know, maybe you can relate to some of the experiences that I had. And I also do things about having someone in your life that has addiction struggles, and I think addiction struggles can encompass lots and lots of different things. It can be drugs, it can be almost like a workaholic, like somebody who's just not even there, just these challenging relationships with people who struggle with addiction. My loved one who has addiction is more of a drug-related thing, and it's been a real challenge for me to find myself in all that and to enjoy life again. And so I am in a much better place, but I think growth never stops. It doesn't stop until you're no longer breathing. And I want to continue to grow and explore this amazing world. And then, let's see, what else is on there? I don't know. Different videos on exploring mediums for creative endeavors. I like to experiment with using different materials. I do a lot of recycling with things. And so if any of that sounds interesting to you, check me out on YouTube under, like I said, Holly's Joys. And please subscribe when you do that. I would appreciate it. It actually makes a big difference in the experience that I have on YouTube. and how many people get to see what I'm doing. And I know it's probably not super earth-shaking what I'm doing, but I want everyone to feel good about their day, feel good about themselves. I do a lot of videos on trying to spiritually spiritual exploration, and what I am finding is everybody is worthy, everybody is amazing, everybody is loved, and not all of us know that, not all of us feel that, and I think it's important that we do our very best to expand the circle of those who do. And so that is where I am at, and I'm going to call the video at this point. I'm going to continue filling in my little lines like this, and then we're going to color it with some color. So have your crayons ready for tomorrow. We'll see you next time. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, do all the things.